Way to go, kiddo. You got through all the big words without any help.
It's Hope's favorite story. RJ's too.
Hey, what's not to like? Everybody ends up happy.
Well, that's why they call it a fairy tale. Only sometimes.
Sometimes. The same thing happens in real life.
Want to be a part of this, Nick. I do not want to be a part of this. Not now. Not ever.
Is there anything I can do? Maybe I should just go and let you lick your wounds in private.
Don't leave.
I wish I knew what to say.
Had nothing to say.
You've thought that you lost Brooke before.
Well, this time I have.
Because you took Forrester Creations from the Forresters.
I stand by what I did, holding Stephanie accountable.
But it's an empty victory, knowing you lost my sister because of it.
I didn't lose her just to that.
Maybe we've both been fighting a losing battle. Me with Ridge, and you with Brooke. But for what it's worth, I respect you for finally putting Stephanie Forrester in her place. Although I pity poor Eric when she learns what he's done. I knew this day would come. Brooke and Ridge back together, and me back to slinging hash in San Francisco.
You're thinking of leaving town?
Maybe I should just put it all behind me. Then again, I hate to leave you high and dry at the company. I know you were counting on Brooke's help and your mother's. But it might be a while before Jackie's up to it. And I know I haven't been at Forrester that long, but I mean, the bedroom line is currently its strongest asset. Plus, I could take on other responsibilities. Whatever you need me to do.
You'd be willing to step up.
I know it won't be the same as having Brooke by your side. But you've got Forrester Creations. Their name, their power. We can still do big things with this company. Just say the word and I'm in. Unless, despite what you've said, you're still hoping that my sister sees the light and comes back to you in the business.
Who knew two kids could put away so much popcorn?
And fall asleep so quickly afterwards.
Hey, do you think Hope understands about Nick?
How he's still going to be a part of her life, even though he's not married to me.
I just hope he doesn't let her down. Especially after what he did today.
I never dreamed any of this would happen. How you and your family were forced out of the company and how I had to give up all of my shares. Still, on what should be one of the saddest days of our lives.
We found a whole bunch of joy, didn't we? Getting back something much more important than any stupid business. Our love, our family, and that, my very beautiful, beautiful Logan, is everything.
I don't want to talk about this.
Brooke will never be out of your heart, Nick. You know it, and she knows it. For now, you've got to face this situation head on. Show the strength that sends fear through the people you deal with.
I'm not feeling exceptionally strong at the moment.
You will. With a little help. I'm offering you my help.
Little help, huh? Well, that's something I haven't felt much lately.
I'll give it everything I've got. And then some. But you've got to want it just as much as I do. The Forsters are convinced the company won't succeed without them. But we know better. Forster Creations can and will succeed with you at their helm. You can make that happen.
You're right. This is doing me no good sitting around here wallowing in my own pity. I gotta make a move here. I gotta treat this company like it's my own. Like it's my own. That's what I've gotta do.
Hey. Whoa. How have you been?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just feel like, maybe I wasn't meant to have children, that's all.
No, that's not true. It's like what you told me. Mother Nature at work.
Probably so, but... all this time when I thought the baby was Nick's, I have to look at all the damage that was done. One stupid, very weak moment, and your marriage is ruined, and we've lost the family company.
Honey, you can't blame yourself for all of that.
No, of course not, but shouldn't I? If I hadn't slept with Nick that one time, your marriage wouldn't have been on the rocks, and Jackie wouldn't have needed to go over and tell Stephanie to back off, and Jackie would have never fallen off the railing.
Oh, stop! I am not going to let you do this to yourself. There were other forces at work. I guess Rich and I were just meant to be together. And yes, I loved Nick, but it just didn't work out.
So you and Rich are...
Yeah.
Mom, that's great. I know you never stopped loving him.
And I know you never stopped loving Nick.
Trust me, you will make a lot of money working with the new Forster Creations. So let's just do things my way, okay? Make sure you get back to me after they call.
You look busy.
Sign this.
What is it?
It's an employment contract.
For who?
You?
As?
You want to go back to San Francisco and work as a waitress?
Nick, you're taking this tough-as-nails businessman thing a little far.
I'm sorry. Sign it. You'll be the main model. I also want you to act as spokesperson when needed. I want you to talk to the manufacturers and designers on the line and what direction it's going to take. You stood up for my mother against Stephanie. That took a lot of guts. You're the kind of person I want on my team.
Where do I sign?
Come here.
Mom, I don't feel the way I used to about Nick. Yes, I loved him deeply. I guess I always will, but he took our family company away. How could I ever be with a man or have feelings for a man that would do something like that?
Honey, he was acting out of hurt and anger.
Yeah, he was angry over losing you.
Well, he'll get over it.
I don't think so, Mom. Not anytime soon, at least. And you know what? I'm just not playing second fiddle anymore.
know that you will do the right thing for you. I gotta go finish getting dressed.
Okay. I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
You're looking at the new owner of Forrester Creations.
They signed the company over?
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Oh, Nicky, I knew you were determined, but Stephanie, she said that she was going to fight to the bitter end.
Well, that's where she is, her bitter end.
Well, now, you and Brooke, your marriage, there's nothing standing in your way.
The marriage is over, Mother. Brooke sold her stock to me. She chose the Forresters. She chose Rich.
Brooke chose Rich?
Call it whatever you want.
Well, her hand was forced. You taking over the company.
Don't forget what that woman did to you. Taking Forrester Creations. She got off easy.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't miss you guys.
Oh, hi.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Hey, Bridget.
Last truck's almost loaded.
It's so sad.
You didn't have to sell the stock to Nick. I know that. And it's a gesture I won't forget.
We're all in this together. Family.
Family.
Well, shouldn't be awake, I guess.
No, absolutely.
Well, a lifetime to build and 2 days to haul it all away.
But you can't keep a Forrester down.
No, you can't, Sally. And I think we learned some of that from you. But now you're a Forrester, too.
Look, we may not have our name on the designs.
But we'll always be Forresters.
Always classy.
The gold standard.
And all because of you two.
Thank you. Look, I don't know how I'd get through the day without them. All right, look. The employees are all waiting downstairs.
Wait, I've just been, thinking so many thoughts today and so many memories. I was thinking about when you guys were little and you would race up and down the hallways. I always wanted to beat one another, each one determined to be first. But it turned out okay in the end because you've always been there for one another. And I thought about Felicia, when she was first born, she used to come to work with me every day, little bassinet. I'd rock her back and forth and try and work on the books with the other hand, and finally she'd fall asleep. She snored.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, honey, even though you drove me crazy. Such rebellion, but we all knew you were talented. Talent that you inherited from your father. The point is, the four of you have turned out to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful adults. Strong, demanding of yourselves.
Oh, like we had any choice.
No, you didn't. And then when things would get crazy,
Always crazy.
you were the one that always kept your head. Sally, you were always nipping at our heels, closer than Eric and I ever wanted to admit that you were. I think we both agree that the word panache was created for you.
I thank you for that.
But it's over. And what I really wanted to say, as I walked through all these memories, was that I know you sacrificed all of this, all of your lifetime of work for me. Thank you. I'm just sorry that it had to end this way.
Your mother and I will be right down.
Nice speech.
Don't get too comfortable there. I'm not finished with you by a long shot.
Stephanie, I've taken your company. Don't tempt me to take anything else.
You're never going to succeed in this business. You don't know a thing about fashion. Revenge is what this is all about, isn't it?
I call it justice.
Well, you've made an enemy for life.
So have you.
An enemy who understands your weakness. That weakness is Brooke. You've lost her. And no matter what you do, you're never going to get her back, including this.
Well, then I suppose we're both feeling loss, aren't we? Your family's lost their company. All of that blood, sweat, and tears. Squandered away by you, their bitter matriarch.
What does the letter F stand for in your business, Nick? I believe it's, freighter, right? Or is it fraud, which you are? Or maybe it's, fool, which you are also. Or maybe it's just the conventional F.
Go on.
I wouldn't want to say it in polite company. You may have our name above the door, on the outside of the building, but you will never, never have the talent required in the building. Ever.
Forster Creations is mine now. In the palm of my hand. And until the day you die, that's where it will remain.
Yeah.
Dad?
Ridge, what is it?
Can you stop by Brooke's place? I want to talk to you about some business stuff.
No, I don't want to get into that right now.
What's going on?
It's her mother, Ridge. She's driving me crazy, all right? She's still blaming me for losing the company. Me. It was your mother who... Look, never mind. It's just that nothing's good enough for that woman.
Dad, it's okay. We can talk about this all later. Okay, bye.
Is that your dad?
I don't think he'll be coming by.
Is everything all right?
No. Mother's getting on his case about selling the company. You know how she gets. I just don't know how much more he can take.
Now, I'll be the first one to admit I don't know a lot about fashion. But I understand that you're the best staff in the business. I'm a quick study, so I will rely on your strengths and abilities along with the leadership of our new president, Jackie Maroney.
I know some of you from my dealings with Forrester in the past. It's going to be a pleasure working with you.
Of course, you all know Donna Logan. She's going to stay on as lead model and also creative consultant. Now, I'm a businessman. As long as things run smoothly, I see no reason to make any type of change. After all, this is still Forrester Creations.
Like hell it is. Not without the Forresters.
Your name's Luigi, right?
Yeah.
And you don't think I can run this company?
No, I don't.
Well, Luigi, I must say you do have guts. You're not big on brains. To call me out like this in front of the staff, it's not smart. One thing I don't tolerate is ignorance. You're fired. Anybody else who shares his feelings, you can go too. Carol? Davis?
Mr. Maroney, Luigi was in charge of operations. He reported directly to Thorne Forrester.
You worked under him, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Can you do the job?
Head of operations, I haven't.
Head of operations, can you do the job?
I can.
The job's yours. And let that be a lesson to those of you who are left. I don't care what you used to do. What matters to me is what you think you can do. Because I think I can make Forrester Creations a bigger success than it's ever been. But in order to do that, we've got to share the same goals. We've got to challenge one another. We've got to work together. So let's get to it. I need last month's quarterly report as soon as you can, thanks. Got marketing research here. Will you look at that? Thank you.
When you hit the ground running, you're not kidding.
I got to report to the Maroney board that this company makes money. A lot of it fast.
Hello. I've been summoned to the new inner sanctum.
Did you get my fax?
Oh, I got it right here.
Well, there's no reason to BS. You interested or not?
I'm here. Obviously, I'm interested.
Are you interested enough to take the job?
As lead designer,
It would be a big feather in your cap.
working at Forrester, it's the very pinnacle of success for any designer. But this isn't the same Forrester Creations, is it?
That era's over.
Is the era of Clark Garrison about to begin?
Eric and Ridge never would have given me this opportunity.
Are you in or not?
I'm in.
Smart man. Sign the contract, take it to my assistant, make sure she gets you in office.
When do I start?
You just started. Need your ideas for the spring line. I want an overview tomorrow.
You'll have it in the morning.
Mother, I'm going to need you at that meeting.
I'll be there.
I know it's a lot to ask.
If it's what you need. I know how much you want this to succeed.
You know, Mother, I've already succeeded. I've done something nobody else could do. I've held Stephanie accountable. I've held the whole family accountable.
But the way your mother always talked about her father.
Yeah, I know.
Was it something she didn't remember until she got into therapy?
No, it's just something she never talked about.
All that anger. I have to look back on that in a different way now.
Yeah. Damn him.
Honey, the one man that is most important to a woman is usually her own father.
Drinking too much, getting ugly, losing control, that's all unforgivable. But the thing I can't comprehend is my grandmother. Why wouldn't she put a stop to that?
Maybe your grandmother was scared of him.
She worshipped the ground he walked on.
Mommy!
Honey, what's wrong? Can't you sleep?
Tomorrow's our dress rehearsal, but I didn't get to practice my dance.
Well, that's what dress rehearsals are for. And you practiced a lot with Nick.
Could you tell Nick to come back now?
I'm sure Nick would want to do anything in the world for you. But I'm pretty sure he's sleeping right now.
Hope, How about if you practice by teaching the dance to me? I mean, what's the point of having the both of us around unless you put both of us to work? What do you think?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
You messed up again.
I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless.
I'm Hope. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, that's very funny. Did you teach her that? You must have. You are sandbagging, little schnookums. You know that dance backwards and forwards. You could probably teach it to a monkey in the zoo.
Monkeys don't dance.
Oh, they don't, do they? They don't, really? Really? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to teach you a little dance then. Maestro, would you mind a little music?
Oh, yes, Mr. Monkey.
Here we go. There's no answer. It went to voicemail. Hey, Mother, call me at Brooks when you get in, will you? Doesn't matter what time. And, Taylor told us a little of what's been going on. Look, all I really want to say is I love you, and I want to thank you for being my mother, and an amazing, wonderful mother at that. Okay, I love you. Bye.
I still couldn't believe it when Ridge told me that Stephanie was abused by her own father.
Yeah, it's true.
It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, Stephanie is such a strong, self-assured woman.
But it does explain her need to control everything and everyone in her life.
And her need to protect her own children. Ridge told me that her father beat her with a belt.
Yes.
I don't really understand, though, because Stephanie always talked about her father as being a good dad, and he was a pillar of the community.
Mm-hmm. Until he had too much to drink or a bad day.
That would explain her temper.
Well, her mother was no prize either.
Well, obviously not, since she wanted everybody to think that she was dead.
Mm-hmm. And she had absolutely no intention of ever seeing her again until I convinced her she wouldn't get any healing until she confronted her.
Because Anne knew what was going on and she didn't do anything to stop it?
Anne wouldn't even acknowledge that anything was happening.
That is so sad. I understand what it feels like to be abandoned by your own father. And sometimes I feel like my life has been a whole reaction to my father walking out on me. Maybe Stephanie's life has been a reaction to her father abusing her.
That's exactly what it is. But at least now she's facing reality, and her life is about to change dramatically.
Well, not just her life. Eric's life. And her children's lives as well. I always wondered why Stephanie was so angry. I just assumed it was me. That she was jealous of the relationships I had with the men in her family.
Not all of her anger was misplaced, but it does help explain why she went to such lengths to get you out of Ridge's life. I mean, she just has this uncontrollable need to control her family.
Do you think she'll be able to let go a little bit now?
That kind of change doesn't happen overnight, but it is a start. You know what I find most amazing about Stephanie is that she chose on her own to break this cycle of abuse. I mean, the only good thing about the way she's handled this is that she did become overly protective. Not that that doesn't create problems of its own. The damage of abuse trickles down family generations for a long time unless it's broken. We have this saying in therapy, there's no excuse for abuse. And a lot of people think that just means physical abuse, but also verbal abuse is very damaging. If a child is told that they're stupid constantly, or they're shamed for making a mistake, or they're told that they're worthless, it literally shatters their identity. No child should ever have to go through that. I don't think any kind of abuse should be tolerated.
No, it's true. Not physical, not verbal. To any child, not ever. We, as parents, we need to be responsible and protect them. And if we don't, who will?
Nick, you're not still working.
You know, deciphering global distribution for this company, I may as well be reading Chinese.
Taking Forrester Creations away from the Forresters was meant to bring you and Brooke together. Instead, she's with Ridge. You're here buried in work, and Stephanie, she walks away clear. Oh, it's so frustrating.
She paid a price for what she did to you.
Yeah, still has Eric. Poor man, the years of abuse he suffered under that woman. You know, I think he's actually a candidate for sainthood or the loony bin. I don't know which. You know, they've just gone off to Chicago together. I don't know why. Oh, what that woman did to me. This pain.
Something.
No, I'm fine. I'm trying actually not to take so many pills. I'm fine, darling. You know, you need to get away from this. What's the point in having all of this power if you can't experience some of life's pleasures? Here sits one of the most eligible bachelors, I think actually the most eligible bachelor in LA. So get out there, make yourself eligible.
There'll be plenty of time for that, Mother.
You need companionship, Nicky. You need your intellectual equal. Someone who is at peace with themselves. Someone who is warm, not boring.
Maybe I'll buy the LA Times. You can put an ad out.
I'm serious. You have a legacy to think about.
Let me think about my legacy. Legacy. How do you start a legacy, Mother?
Hi. Hope I'm not interrupting.
No, Taylor, please come on in.
What brings you by?
A couple of things. Mostly I wanted to see how you're doing.
Well, that is so kind. I actually wish I could say I was better than I am.
Well, it takes time.
Where are my manners? Let me get you some tea.
Oh, no, don't go through the trouble. No
trouble. Back in a jiff.
Couple of things you said you were here for. You've checked on my mother, that's one. So what's the other reason you're here? We supposed to smoke this?
It's an olive twig along the lines of an olive branch. I come in peace. I'm hoping to make peace between you and the Forresters. You're a decent man, Nick. You're too decent to take a company away from a family.
That's your professional opinion.
Yes.
I respect that you're good at what you do. But if you think you can change my mind about the Forresters, well, I don't think you know me very well at all. The deal's done. I've made up my mind.
Well, in my experience with patients, I've seen people change their minds a lot after they became aware of distorted thinking.
Distorted thinking? My mother's in constant pain. The relationship, the family that I had with Brooke is gone. Now, unless you can change those things, we've got nothing to talk about.
Well, I think we do.
Me lying on your couch with tissue in hand.
I let you sit in my chair.
You know, therapy for a guy like me is taking my boat out for a week or two.
Jeez. I don't know how you're going to do that. You've got this big fashion empire to run.
Right. And you'd rather me give up my holding in Forrester Creations.
I personally don't care. I practically gave you my 2%, so you and Brooke could give the old 1-2 to the Forresters.
That was your choice.
Well, I was emotional at the time. Oh, what's funny?
I'm sorry. You were emotional because the dressmaker walked out on you. The love of your life, the father of your children, walked away, and the family abandoned you.
No, they didn't abandon me. I drove them away.
They weren't there for you.
Well, guess what? I forgave them. I forgave all of them.
Have you?
Yes, I have.
And you think they deserve forgiveness?
Everyone makes mistakes, Nick.
Well, I guess you're living proof of that, aren't you? You must be feeling pretty guilty about what's happened recently.
Yes, I do.
And I'm sure you want to make it up to Thorne and Alexandria, don't you?
Of course.
Make it up by marrying a man you're not in love with? My opinion, you're with Thorne out of obligation.
Well, I'm pretty clear about my feelings for Thorne. I love him.
We've known him a long time. Why now?
I don't know. Call it timing.
Timing or guilt?
Thorne is a wonderful man. He's decent, and he has amazing forgiving qualities. I mean, I destroyed his family. I practically owe it to him to have earned that forgiveness and that love, because instead he could have been hell-bent on holding a grudge for a very long time.
Well, I think that pretty much says it all, don't you?
What? I'm being honest.
Are you?
You want to hear how honest I can be? I'm here because I feel you can rise above this payback mode you're in and give Forrester Creations back to the Forresters.
I'm having trouble deciding who the psychiatrist is in this conversation.
Look, you can be angry for the rest of your life and own this company, but it isn't going to make you happy. Trust me, take it from someone who knows. We all have our issues and our demons, Nick. You don't want to end up in my shoes.
Aha. Issues and demons, huh? Okay.
Like, your father not being there for you when you were growing up, not being able to have children of your own, losing 2 marriages, consisting of a mother and her daughter. I'd say you have issues and a few demons. Look, what's fair is fair. When I was having trouble, you came and offered your ingenious brand of therapy, and you labeled me a wannabe. I guess I proved you wrong.
So, which one of these issues, demons, would I be giving up?
Your anger for one, and holding grudges for another. Nick, owning a fashion design company is not going to make you happy. You know, if you get off this power trip and give this up, you might realize there's actually more to life than acquiring things that have no meaning to you. Here. Make an appointment sometime. I'm really good.
Interesting woman. Too good for the Forresters.
That's for sure.
What she said, Nikki. You know, about you having issues. Perhaps you should talk to her.
I understand that the fabric is not there. The manufacturer told me it would be to me by the end of the week. No. Don't tell me that, because I know everything there is to know about shipping. Just make sure it gets to me by the end of the week. Otherwise, we're finished doing business together. Is it wrong to be frustrated by doing business with imbeciles?
You and Brooke should be running this company together. I know. That ship has sailed.
Just make sure that you don't leave, because I can't run it without you.
I don't know how much influence I've actually got here. I mean, look at this. I asked the sewing room to do a plunging neckline. It's practically...
We got more resignations on my desk this morning. They're like rats on a sinking ship.
Well, I don't know how we're going to set the fashion industry ablaze if word gets out that our own employees hate us.
Well, it better turn around fast. This failure is not an option.
So, have you given any further consideration to Taylor's offer?
Yes, Mother, actually, I wrestled with my demons last night. And I won.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't ask her to dinner.
She's engaged to another man, Mother.
She can't have friends?
She wants to cure me, Mother. She feels if she can, I'll give the company back to the Forresters.
Well, she's not always right, is she? She's human. Nicky, talk to her. Reveal yourself. I'm sure Taylor will do the same. There must be so much she needs to get off her chest. I think all she probably needs is the right person, a confidant. Why not you? You're 10 times the man that Thorne Forrester is.
Taylor, I love you. But if you think Nick Maroney's going to give us back Forrester, honey, you've lost your mind.
I went to see him earlier. I offered my professional help.
Turned you down flat, I'll bet.
Actually, that's exactly what he did. But when have you known me to turn down a challenge?
Well, Nick certainly is that.
You know, he's been through some difficult emotions lately. I think he's had a lot of pain. Everything that happened with his mother and then all of his anger at Stephanie and losing Brooke. I think he's just a decent man who's been through a string of bad things lately. And if he can understand what's going on inside of him, I think he would know that owning a company he can't even produce product for is absurd. I mean, I think he'll realize that he's not going to have any happiness from that.
So you think he'll just give Forrester back to my family?
Well, I think it's a long shot, but what have we got to lose? Hello, Nick.
Yeah, I thought about your suggestion for,
Counseling?
yeah.
Counseling is not a 4-letter word. It's 10.
Well, I don't really think that I have demons, but you want to take a crack? I'm all yours.
You want me to bring some holy water and a cross?
Listen, I'm a busy man, so let's try to schedule this tomorrow in my office.
Okay, that works for me. We can schedule a few sessions then.
You mean I'm not getting cured in one day?
No, that's not the way it works.
Oh, God.
Okay, so I'll see you over at Forrester tomorrow.
Satisfied?
Oh, well, you could have picked a slightly more romantic spot. I mean, what is wrong with the Cafe Russe?
My office is fine. If she wants to help me, she can help me here.
Wouldn't it be interesting, Nicky, if you wound up helping each other? She's a wonderful woman. You can call it mother's intuition, whatever you like. But I think something really miraculous is about to happen. And it couldn't happen to a better person.
He agreed?
I don't know how seriously he's taking it, but yes, he did.
Well, it's a start.
I am going to do it. I'm going to get Forrester Creations back.